Okay. All righty. Good morning. So we're gonna have our standard align and flow with just a little bit more toning today. So let's, you can start in any comfortable seat and close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and exhale, relax your shoulders away from your ears. Deep breath in. Align the shoulders over the hips and the ears with the shoulders. Just allowing yourself to settle into your space, into your mat, into your quiet center and steady mind. So I know a couple of people were here last night, but I'm gonna read my questions. So, how many of your thoughts help you with your goals in life? How many of your thoughts hinder you? Are you in control of what you think? Our minds are constantly distracted, wandering, and unable to focus. It isn't until we stop and observe the mind that we notice how busy they are. We need to give ourselves enough space to see how our minds function. As William James said, the greatest weapon against stress is our ability to choose our thoughts, one thought over another. And that same goes with success. Our ability to succeed is the ability to choose one thought over another. So let's take a deep breath in and exhale. Bring your hands together in front of the heart. Bow your chin to your chest, setting your intention to align with that steadiness so that you can turn your mind back in upon itself and witness where your thoughts are, if they empower you, if they hinder you, and how you can start to choose thoughts that lead your life into the life that you wish for. You can gently blink the eyes open, taking in the tips of the fingers and slowly taking in the room. Let's inhale and circle the arms around and up. And exhale. Inhale, bring your arms around and up. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, arms around and up. Exhale. Just cross your ankles, your shins midway, so you're making an X with the lower legs, and fold forward. Press out through the soles of the feet. So soles of the feet press away from you. Feet are flexed. And then walk yourself back up. Change the cross of the legs. Mid-shin. Inhale, stretch your arms up, interlace the hands, and press your palms way up high. Exhale, release. Let's do a side bend up and over to the right. We'll turn that into a neck stretch by reaching the left hand away, letting your head hang. Bring your hand behind your back, rolling the shoulder back. Hold and breathe. With your right hand, gently bring yourself back to center. And then take the left hand up and over for a side body stretch. Hold and breathe. Turn that into a neck stretch. Reach your right hand away. Let your left ear be heavy. Hand behind the back. Roll the right shoulder back. Use your left hand to pick it back up. Bring it back to center. And just start to roll your shoulders. Shoulders roll. Good. And then bring your arms in, elbows in, and press up. Keep your hands together and then pull your elbows in. Squeeze your elbows. And keep your elbows together as long as you can, working those pecs. And then inhale, open it up. Squeeze back. Inhale, bring your arms up. Palms together, elbows together, squeeze in, hug in, hug in, hug in, hug in. Squeezing those forearms together. Keep squeezing them together. Don't let the elbows come apart until they absolutely have to. And then open the chest. One more time, lifting up. Exhale, hug the elbows in, squeeze them tight together, glued like super glue. Keep them together, and then open and stretch. Now hold here, bring your arms down and reach the arms forward and back, forward and back. When you come back, hold for a moment so you really get to feel that strength building in your back. 2 and 1. Now hands behind you, little back bend. Exhale one more time, folded forward, pressing out through the heels. And then bring yourself up and come to hands and knees. Working on a little bit of strength in the forearms, doing our forearm push-ups by just rolling up onto the fingertips and back down, rolling up onto the fingertips and back down. And then roll all the way down, but just keep the heel of the hand off and draw circles. So the heel of my hand is not touching, but I'm pressing down with a finger, pads the knuckles. This is where we want the support to rest in our hands, and a lot of our weight-bearing poses can come forward and back. And now a little bit of a stretch. You can turn one hand at a time, or if it feels comfortable, both hands at the same time. Just a little rock forward and back. Peel the hands up. Inhale, come into cat-cow. Inhale, arch, warming up the spine. Exhale, draw your navel in. Inhale, arch. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Find that neutral space. Hug your floating ribs into the body. We're just going to come around the world here. Lift your right hand just so it's just a 1/4 inch off the floor without anything moving. And then release. Lift your left hand off the floor. Nothing in the body moves. Now lift your left knee. Nothing else moves. Just a 1/4 inch. Lift straight up. And then right knee, lift it up. Come back to center. Now, right arm, left leg, reach it away. As you reach away, hug the bottom ribs in. And then as you exhale, scoop them all the way up into the back body. Inhale, stretch, keeping the navel lifting up towards the sky, so not back bending. Exhale, hug in. Inhale, reach out. Exhale. So let's just hold it out, right arm out, left leg out, and lift the ribs into the body. So almost like you're trying to do scared cat pose here. Hold. Take your arm out to the side, leg out to the side. Bring it back to center. Keep scooping those bottom ribs in. So I got a baggy shirt, but they're pulling up and in. Release the hand, release the knee, and take a stretch back. So between side, we'll do our little chaturanga flow from the knees. Inhale forward and exhale back. Inhale forward, hover, and exhale back. Notice my gaze is a little bit forward and my chest doesn't drop lower. My sternum stays at least shoulder height. Shoulders stay above the elbows. Warming up here. Last 2. And 1. Good. Come back to that hands and knees. Send your left leg away from your right. Left hand away from your right leg. Exhale, hug your knee in round. Inhale, stretch away. Pull the floating ribs up towards the sky. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, stretch. Exhale, pull in. Inhale, hold. Pull your belly in like you're trying to round your ribs, round your belly up in towards the sky. Push into the right hand and the left knee. And now take your arm out to the side. Hold. Keep breathing. And back to center. Lower down. Take a stretch. Come back into your flow. Little chaturanga and press back. So chest draws through the upper arms and back, through, and back. Hold for a moment in child's pose. Give yourself a little pat on the back. You can walk your elbows forward and press them down into the earth. And then hands come back forward, come back to hands and knees. Hands a little bit more in front of the shoulders, curl the toes. Come into downward facing dog and pedal out. Bend your right knee, bend your left, right knee, and your left. Walk your feet up towards your hands. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms around and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. So nice flowing chair pose. Inhale, bring your arms forward, belly to the thighs. Let your arms swing back and inhale, come back up, pat on the back. Exhale, inhale. Just warming up. Exhale. Push the floor away. Inhale. Exhale. And inhale. Good. Now let's hold in chair pose. Hug your navel in, armpits in. Lift your arms a little bit higher. If you feel like you're starting to arch in the back, curl your sitting bones under. Exhale and dive forward, reach for the earth. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Big step back with your right leg. Lower your knee. Let your hips sink towards the floor. Hands on top of the knee. Press your way up. Pull your navel back. Your heart back. Send your tailbone towards your left heel. Inhale, reach your arms up. Hold and breathe. Keep drawing the tailbone underneath you and pulling the rib cage up and away. Exhale, release your hands to the earth. Take your left hand up towards the sky. Curl your back toe under and straighten through the back leg. Circle the left hand down to the floor. Step back, downward facing dog. Hinge forward to plank pose. Hold it for a moment here in your plank pose. Again, hugging your ribs in. So this you can do from the hands or the knees. We're going to try that little lift. You can come just up onto the fingertips on the right hand. Come up onto the fingertips of the left hand. Lift your right leg. Lift your left leg. Try not to let anything shift. Good. Finding that tone as we come through the practice. Lower your knees, pull your heart through, elbows back. Inhale, Bhujangasana, baby cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. So contract the lower buttocks to get that pubic bone rooting down. Pull your heart forward through the arms and exhale down. Now bring your arms out like a T. Lift your navel away from the floor. Lengthen your butt towards your heels, pinky toes grounded, and lift the arms up. Hold and breathe here, squeezing the shoulder blades towards each other. Reach the arms forward. Pull the arm bones back, the tailbone back.
And now imagine you have a bar over your head. Squeeze and pull it back. So with resistance, shoulder tips pull together, shoulder blades. Inhale, reach forward. You can lower and pause. Inhale, pull back. Reach forward. This time, lift the right leg. Inner thighs lifting, navel's lifting. Contract the glutes so you keep those frontal hip points grounded. Inhale, stretch forward. Left leg rises. Squeeze and release. Forehead to the ground. Hug your navel in. Push up. Downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Pedal out. Right leg high. Step it through. Lower the knee. Let your hips sink. Hands to that knee. Pull your navel back. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Lift the rib cage. Left hand, right hand to the left wrist, and a little side stretch. Keep on drawing the tailbone towards the right heel, that front heel. Hold and breathe. Go ahead and bring it back to center. Exhale, hands to the earth. Take a gentle twist here, right hand up towards the sky. Hug your heel towards your left knee and then straighten the left leg. Roll the shoulders away from the ears. Hold for a breath. Release your right hand down, step your left foot up. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms around and up. Back to that gentle chair. Let your arms swing and lift up. Belly to the thighs and lift. Belly to the thighs and lift. This time, reach for your shoulders, triceps stretch. Take it down and hold your chair pose. Hold and breathe. Hug your armpits back, navel back. From here, we're just going to do a little bit of back work as we reach forward and bring our butt back, then just come up halfway. Reach forward, come up halfway. Keep the navel lifting. Hips are way behind the heels. Lift. Should feel it in your back, your extensors in your back. Lift. And exhale. Lift. And release. Fold forward. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Hug your navel in towards the spine. Exhale, fold. Hands to the earth. Big step back with your left leg. Inhale, rise up. High lunge. Hold and breathe. Lift your navel. Send that left thigh back. And then exhale, reach forward. Use your belly to bring the weight into the back leg. Hug your navel in here. Lift away from the floor. Inhale, bend the back knee. Exhale, hands behind you. Hug your navel in, hands behind the back. Elbows reach back, shoulders reach back. Try to keep pushing the navel to where the hands are. A little bit more strength in the back leg. Inhale, bring the arms up, soften the back knee. Exhale, release your hands to the earth. Come into downward facing dog. Hinge forward into plank. So from here, from the knees or from the toes, keep the heart lifted as you hug your elbows in. Inhale, choose your back bend, either upward facing or baby cobra. Exhale, pull it in back to downward facing dog. Hinge forward back into plank pose. Lower all the way down. Inhale and exhale. Reach your arms forward. This time let your legs float. As you pull back, let your toes come down towards the floor. Inhale, toes lift. Toes to the floor as you squeeze those shoulder blades together. So take strength in that butt to pull it away from your lower back. Inhale, lift the navel. Go ahead, hold it here, toes to the floor. Take those arms down, lift them up. Take them down, lift them up. Each time, bring them a little bit higher. See if now, as high as you can keep those elbows, start to reach your hands behind your back. So the palms are one over the other. Don't let them touch your butt if you can. Keep the shoulders, elbows lifting, and then reach them around. Keep them high. Externally rotate through the arms, bring it forward. Exhale, pull back. Press the floor away. Hug your navel in. Come into downward dog. Left leg high up towards the sky. Sometimes working that end range of motion can be really challenging. Inhale, bring your arms up towards the sky for high lunge. Left leg forward. Lift your navel. Inhale, find a big stretch here. Now we're going to exhale. Hug your navel in as you come forward over the front leg. Pull the belly away from that top left thigh. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, bring your hands out to the side. Hovering here. Lift, strengthen the back leg. Hands behind your back. Lift your elbows and your shoulders and pull your navel into your hands behind your back. Good, bend the back knee. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, one more time, airplane your arms here. Inhale, back into your lunge. Press strongly into the back toes to feel the lift. Tailbone once again, pulling towards the left heel. Exhale, hands to the earth. Step your right foot to your left. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms around and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Inhale, arms up. Swim the arms belly to the thighs. Let them float up and back down. Just feeling good here. Down and up. Maybe giving yourself a pat on the back. And then coming into your chair pose, hold. Bring your arms wide. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Now we're not touching the floor. We're just rotating the chest. Reach your left hand forward towards the floor. Inhale. Keep squeezing the shoulder blades together without moving the hips. Right hand down, left hand up. So working those core muscles here, working the legs. Hug your pelvic floor and your navel in. Reach down, getting that mobilization, rotation through the spine. Shoulders stay away from the ears. One more time. I'm already breathing heavy. Right hand down, left hand up. Bring it back to center. Hold. Exhale, dive forward, reach for the earth. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Big step back with the right leg. Lower the knees and inhale, rise up. Hands to the earth. Hug your right leg up, your left leg high. Step it through. Left foot to the left thumb. Inhale, high lunge. Lower the back knee to the earth. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Hands to the earth. One more time. Pick up that left leg. Bring it all the way up and back. And step it through. Anchor the back heel. And come up into warrior two pose. Right hand behind the back. Left hand up towards the sky. Hold and breathe. And come into center. Working isometric strength here. Press the feet into the floor. Feel the navel lift. Feel that left side of the waist lift away from the left thigh. Hold and breathe. Press your palms down as if you're pulling yourself up out of a big pool. So your heart lifts. Hold and breathe. Reach your hands up towards the sky, pulling the rib cage away from the strong legs. The lift of the arches, and then bring both hands forward into triangle pose. Hold and breathe. Send your butt back, and then pull your tailbone down. Inhale, bring it back to center. Reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down to the earth. Downward facing dog and forward into plank pose. Holding here, We're gonna just lower our right elbow and right outer foot down towards the floor and inhale, come up. Fire up that bottom hip, lift it. Lower it down, lift. Lower it down. Can do this with the bottom leg bent, lift. And lower down. Lift, swim that left elbow to the floor, roll onto the outer left foot, right arm high. Press your left hip into your right hip, pulling that left shoulder away from the ears, lower down. Inhale, lift. 2 more times here, fire it up, lower down. Inhale, lift up. 1 more, lower the hip down. Inhale, lift. Pressing the left hip into the right hip. Circle that right hand down. Come into forearm plank. Heart forward, ribs in, legs strong, inner thighs lift. Elongate the body. Hold and breathe. Can lower to the knees anytime you like. And now gently lower into Sphinx pose. From here, just a little bit of tricep work. You can walk your hands a little bit further forward. It'll make it a little bit easier. Press the palms into the floor and then lift and slowly lower. Lift. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. Slowly lower. The farther your hands come back, the harder this becomes. It's also the back bend, so be mindful of your back. Lift and slowly lower. 1 more time, lift and slowly lower. Slide your hands out to the side, bring them behind you. Press up, legs up, Shalabhasana. Shoulders roll away from the ears. Lift the hands a little bit higher. Keep engaging the inner thighs up towards the sky so the buttock stays wide. Then release the legs. Lift the hands up, elbows high. Gonna come back around. Externally rotate the arms. Keep them as high as you can. Reach it forward. Exhale, pull back. Navel in. Come back to downward facing dog. Hold and breathe. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. So you want to work the muscles on top of, over here, the side of the ribs, the serratus, your lats, to lift the body away from the weight in the hands. Press through the fingertips, lift and wrap the triceps in towards each other. Take your right leg high, big step forward, lower the left knee, inhale, rise up. Exhale, hands to the floor, straighten that knee. Inhale, rise up. Good, hands come back down to the earth, lower the knee. Inhale, lifting up. Now hands come to the floor, lift the left knee, lift the right foot, bring it all the way up. Step it through, and up. Lower the back knee, hands to the earth, straighten the back knee, lift that right leg back up and high. Pull the right knee in, anchor the back heel, and cartwheel up into warrior 2 pose. Press the shoulders away from the ears. Lift that right side of the belly. Press yourself up like you're pulling yourself up out of a pool. So all the muscles are engaged here. You're pulling down the shoulder blades. You're lifting the navel, pulling the rib cage up, and lifting through the arches of the feet, pressing that left thigh back. Hold and breathe. Inhale, stretch the arms up. Get a little bit taller by rooting down through the feet. Make sure that knee is right in line with the front ankle, and press the left thigh back. Straighten that front leg and hinge. Variation on triangle. You can send the butt back a little bit. So you widen the groins. And then inhale, come back to warrior two. Inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your hands down towards that right foot. Step your left foot up towards your right. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms around and up. Belly to the thighs, let your arms float back. Inhale, come up and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Hold your chair pose. So again, working the back body. Hinge, bring your hips back and lift, but don't change the curve in your back. This is a hip hinge, and it's a primary movement in creating safety and strength in our body. Feel the work through the back, but also we're working this big joint, the hips, just levering from that junction. Inhale, bring your hands behind your head. Take a standing back bend. Exhale, release your hands to the earth. Inhale, lengthen halfway. And exhale, fold. Take a big step back with your right leg. We're going to step into warrior one pose. Inhale, arms up towards the sky. Exhale, coming into that reach forward. Back to warrior one. And we'll do a warrior three flow here. Coming up into warrior three. Hold. And up into one-legged mountain pose. Inhale. Press, root down into that left standing leg. So pressing the left hip down towards the floor. And then bring it back. Airplane arms, warrior three. Navel hugging in. Inhale, lifting up. One-legged mountain pose. And one more time. Warrior three. This time reach your arms forward and hold for 4, 3, 2, and 1. High lunge, step it back. Exhale, hands to the earth. Downward facing dog. Forward into plank. See if you can hold chaturanga from the knees or from the toes. Just hold. So pull the shoulders away from the ears. Feel those muscles in the sides of the ribs working. Finger pads working. And then lower down. Inhale. Bhujangas. Exhale. Lower down. Inhale. Baby cobra. Exhale. Lower. Inhale. And exhale. Press your way up. Come into warrior stretch, hold. And then come to stand on your knees before we get to the other side. You can feel free to start with your toes curled under. And we're gonna squeeze the butt forward and squeeze the belly back. Shoulders back, and just take a little hinge. Hinge back. Squeezing the glutes forward and the navel back, and then lifting forward. Press back. Tops of the toes to the floor. Hug your navel and squeeze your legs forward. Shift the arms up and hold. Butt forward, navel back. That container strength as you lean back. Arms up is optional. Tailbone down. Good. This is going to stretch your quads and strengthen at the same time. One more time. Bring it back. Glutes squeeze in, navel pulls in, ribs down. Bring it back to center. Hands behind your back. Baby camel pose. And exhale. Release your hands down towards the earth. Come into downward facing dog. If you want, you can stay here or come through that vinyasa to the floor, to your back bend, inhaling and exhaling back to downward facing dog. Gonna step into warrior one, right leg up towards the sky, step it through, anchor that back heel, inhale, rise up. Exhale, hinge it forward, reaching warrior. Inhale, bring it back. Now airplane your arms, warrior three pose. Send the outer right hip, press it down into the floor. Inhale, come into your one-legged mountain pose. Hold and breathe. Lift your knee higher than your hip crease. Exhale, bring it back. Hold. Inhale, knee high. Shoulders back, navel in. Root down through that right foot. Exhale, back to warrior three. So option to keep your toe on the floor. Of course, both feet optional. If you want, reach your arms forward. That full warrior three pose. Try to square your hips and your chest to the floor. Good, release into high lunge. And exhale, hands to the earth. Pick up your right foot. Come back into downward facing dog. Hug your navel in, roll it forward into plank pose. Chaturanga. Heart stays lifted. Upward facing dog. And back into child's pose. Hold and breathe. Good. Press it up and forward. Curl the toes, downward facing dog. Step or float. The feet up towards the hands. Inhale, lengthen halfway. Exhale, fold. Sweep your arms around and up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Circle those arms. Exhale, belly to the thighs. Inhale, standing back bend, belly to the thighs. Hands behind the head. And exhale, hold your chair pose. Hold it here. Bring your hands to your heart. Lift your right heel. Let it hover here. See if you can pick the leg up. And lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, back into chair pose. Pick up the left heel. Optional to lift the leg up. Lower it back down. Inhale. Hold your chair pose. Let's take a twist to the right side. Press your palms in towards each other. Navel away from the thighs. Keep sitting back. Option to take your vertical twist. Inhale back to center. Exhale, take it to the left. Palms press. Good. Inhale, bring it back to center. Exhale, fold hands to the earth. Bend your right knee. Bend your right knee. And let's take your right hand up towards the sky. And then switch. Bend your left knee. Take your left hand up high. And release. Walk it back to downward facing dog. Hinge forward into plank pose. And now lift your right leg high. Hug your right knee in towards the nose. Cross it in front of your left thigh. And walk your hands back with that right ankle in front of the left thigh. And take a little seat here. Hold and breathe. Maybe bringing your hands to your heart. Stretching that right hip. as we hold and balance one-legged chair pose. Release your hands back down to the floor. Keep your right ankle glued to your left thigh. Hold and breathe. Sweep that right leg up high. Right leg pulls through. Option to lift the left hand and bring it back to center. Right knee pulls up, maybe floating over into reverse dog pose. Release your right hand to the floor, spin it back, come back into downward facing dog, forward into plank, from the knees or from the toes lower into your back bend of your choice. Exhale, downward facing dog. Bring your left leg up high. Bring your knee towards your nose. Left ankle to right thigh, walk your hands back. So you can stay here with the hands on the floor, bring them up, holding onto your shin, or reach your hands forward. Hold and breathe. Then release your hands to the floor. So you can do that reverse dog and that side plank from hands and knees also. That left leg is going to come up towards the sky. This time you bring it over and around through, so the left outer foot lays on the floor into full-in triangle. Lift the hips, press the floor away, and then bring it right back up. Spin on the back heel. Step that left foot to the floor. Come into wild thing. Inhale. Exhale, hands to the earth. Plank pose. Hips to the sky. Step or float, feet to the pinkies. Come into a wide squat. Low chair pose. Hold and breathe. Either stay here, or if you want to take a quick crow pose, hug your elbows in, floating those legs up. And then coming back into that low squat, hug your navels in. Just lift up an inch and down an inch, up an inch and down, up and down. One more time, up and down. Fold forward, ragdoll your arms, and take a moment to hang. Turn your head to the right and to the left. And then let's lower our seat to the floor. Gonna do a little bit of core work. Hands behind your knees. And let's lower down onto your back. Hug your knees in towards your chest. I just draw little circles here. We'll just start with a Pilates exercise, getting a little stretch behind the legs, and flex your right leg in towards you. Left leg hovers an inch off the floor. Inhale here. Exhale, switch the legs. Hold and breathe. Kicking length in your left side body. Pushing the legs slightly away from you. Navel in, switch the legs. Shoulders pull down and away from the ears. And then switch again. Good. Bring your hands behind the head and roll the shoulder blades up off the floor. Switch the legs. So let your head be heavy into the hands and your navel heavy into the floor. Switch the legs. And switch. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release your head, hug your knees in. Hold on to your mat, push it away. So stretch your mat and reach your legs away from you. Hug your navel in. Lift your legs up. Exhale, lower down. So you can bend your legs here. We're making sure that the navel stays hugging into the floor as you lower. Lower with a straight leg or a bent leg. And of course, you don't have to lower so far. You can come just to 60 degrees, still feeling that work. Do that one more time. Hug your navel in. Press the mat away from you. Knit your front ribs in towards each other and to the floor. And then hug your knees in towards the chest. Good. Bring your legs out into a tabletop. Let's try a crow pose here. So you're going to squeeze your heels together and lift your shoulders. Press your hands and squeeze your knees into your elbows, just like you would in crow pose, both shoulders off the floor. Hold and breathe. Good, and release. Hug your knees in. Now stretch the legs away from you just a little bit. Feel your shoulder blades off the floor and bring both hands over towards the right side. So you especially want to lift the bottom shoulder. Hug your left knee in towards your right knee into your left arm and send your left leg away. Hold and breathe, both shoulders off the floor. These will mimic some yoga poses on your hands. And then bring it back to center. Let your head rest. Exhale, roll up. Bring your hands to the other side. So both shoulder blades, this bottom shoulder blade is off the floor. Press your right arm, maybe even your right tricep into the outer left thigh, and then stretch that left leg out. Keep hugging your navel in. Feel the sweat coming on. Hold and breathe. Good, and bring it back to center. Just roll your head from side to side. And now we'll do one more exercise using the resistance of our hands. Press your hands into your knees and your knees into your hands. Feel your belly button pulled down and your front ribs knit together. Now stretch your right leg away from your right arm while pulling and pressing left knee in towards the left hand. Hug your navel into the floor. Hold and breathe. Keep pushing. Inhale, exhale, bring it back in. Press your hands into your thighs, thighs into your hands. Stretch your left arm away from your left leg. Hug your navel and ribs in so they're knitting together here. Good. Now let's try crossing. Cross your right arm towards your left leg, push it away, and then stretch your left arm and right leg away from each other. Keep hugging in. And switch cross. Left hand to the right knee, right arm overhead, left leg away from you. You can always bring the arm and the leg a little bit higher or not use so much push. And then hug your knees in towards the chest. Draw a little circle. Good, and then change direction. Right knee in towards the chest, left leg long. Kick the left heel down into the floor. And then switch the legs. Left knee in, right leg out. Kick the right heel into the floor. And now bring your arms out to the side. Hold your arms into the floor. Stretch your left leg out, right knee in. So pulling the right knee into the floor is going to help you pull the navel down and knit the front ribs in. Switch the legs. Not using the arms this time. Press the arms into the floor. Pull your ribs down towards your toes. Switch the leg. One more time. Both knees in, give it a hug. And again, arms out like wings. Hold onto the floor with the back of the arms, even the fingernails, to create that balance from all the gripping we do. Press the fingernails into the floor. And now let your knees drop over to the right. Just hold and balance here. Both shoulder blades will be on the floor. Just hold and breathe. Pull your ribs down towards your thighs, front ribs. Exhale, bring it back to center. And let your knees drift over about 45. Lower if you want. Holding here. Knit the front ribs together, lengthen your back body. Hold and breathe here. Exhale, pulls you back up. And let's hug the knees in and let them come knees towards the right elbow. Just hold for a little stretch here through the back. And then one knee at a time back to center. Knees over towards the left side. Hold that stretch. Knees are just a little bit higher than your right out from the hips. Come a little bit more into the back. Bring it back into center. So another core and tricep strengthener. You're gonna press your hands down into the floor with everything you've got to help lift the legs. And then slowly lower them back down. It's like we're coming into plow, but we're just coming through the strength part of it, hugging your navel and pushing the floor away. And then slowly lowering down. 2 more times like that. Push the hands down, elbows down. If you want, it's just a little press and you don't have to lift anything, but you still feel that work in the backs of the arms and the core. We've got 1 more time like that. Press the arms into the floor, push, and lower down. Hug your knees in. Gentle rock from side to side. Maybe little circles. Good. Cross your right knee over your left and hug both knees into the chest, walking your hands down towards the opposite ankle. Hold and breathe. Pull your shoulders away from your ears. Widen your elbows away from each other. Push out through the soles of the feet. Good. And then reverse the cross of the legs, hugging those knees in towards you. Walking your hands out towards the ankles, hugging the arm bones down towards the earth. Push out through the soles of the feet. Good. We'll take 1 more twist here. Let's keep that left foot crossed in front of the right and take the knees down towards the right side. Maybe that knee comes down to the floor. Maybe the knees are hovering off the floor. You can bring your hand to the right knee. Hold and breathe. Stretch your left arm away from the left hip. And then gently you can uncross the legs, cross your right over your left, and come down onto the other side. Hold and breathe. Right hand stretches away. then gently come back into center. Exhale, hug your navel in. So flatten the back into the floor, press into the feet, ground down. Inhale, rise up. Stretch your arms back. Again, press your fingernails down and pull your shoulders into the floor. And then exhale, roll down one at a time, one vertebrae at a time. Just one more time like that. Inhale, belly's lifting in towards the back body. Draw your knees away from your heart. Lengthen your tailbone. Squeeze into the lower belly and the tops of the hamstrings. And then lower down. You can keep your arms overhead this time. Stretch your right leg out and your left leg out. Big yawn through the body. Just take a little walk of your toes over towards the right as far as you can, and then body over towards the right. Hold in a half moon pose. Just breathing through length through the left side body, maybe hooking the left ankle over the right. Good. And then coming to the other side, taking a little walk with your feet, crossing right ankle over the left, and walking your hands so you're making like a backward C on the floor. Stretch through that right side body. Hold and breathe. Good. And then gently uncross the legs, bring it back to center. Rock the pelvis forward and back. Hug your knees in. Legs and arms up towards the sky, open and close, fingers and toes, maybe the mouth and the tongue. Circle the ankles and the wrists. Change direction. Shake it out. And release into your final resting pose. Allow everything to soften. Feel as though you're being blanketed by the warmth of the sun or the healing energy. And as you breathe in that light, that healing energy. As you exhale, it rolls through the body, taking with it anything that no longer serves you. Softening the muscles in the face, the eyes and the ears. As your body softens, all the muscles in the arms, the belly, and the back, allow a free pathway for the breath. Feel the belly rise, feel the belly fall. Bring awareness to every nuance of sensation in the body. Awareness to your emotional state. As we turn our minds back in upon themselves to notice how our minds work. Gently beginning to wiggle the fingers and the toes. Maybe one more full body yawn, stretching through the fingers and the toes. And then gently rolling over onto your right side. Right arm can stay overhead. And then gently rolling towards the floor to press your way up into a seated position. Sitting nice and tall. Index finger and thumb together. Root down to rise up. Shoulders drop away from the ears. Just notice how you feel. Add a gentle smile. One more deep breath in. Exhale, bring your hands together in front of the heart. Bow your chin to your chest. Sealing our practice in gratitude for bringing awareness to the path of the mind. In those times that we can stop and pause and guide our minds towards our truth, towards our goals in life. It's my honor to teach you. The light in me bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thank you, guys. Pause it.